Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is David Hodge, active NGO warrior, representing Master Suleiman, the messenger of the covenant, the breaker of the seven seals. This is wartime. Today my topic is programmed to a T. Before I start, I'd like to remind my people about the Holocaust. The Holocaust. This is the black man and woman of America's true experience, but they whitewash it and call it slavery. Slavery is not a good definition or expression of our true experience because it leaves out our affliction. It leaves out the facts of our physical treatment. It doesn't include our full experience. Which was murder, rape, genocide, oppression, torment, torture, misery, the list goes on and on. I'm gonna run out of hands by the time I'm done, brothers and sisters. Them calling your experience slavery is an insult. A total insult. Them calling your experience slavery is them getting away with murder. Them getting away with rape. Them getting away with trying to commit genocide. Them saying this is letting them off the hook with what they did to us. Letting them just say, hey, them niggas didn't go through nothing. Don't worry about it. You letting him off the hook. You letting him go free. He's not responsible. He's not accountable now for his actions. For what they did to us. They're not accountable for sodomizing us, castrating us, dismembering us, dismantling us, disemboweling us. You see, they're not accountable for these things. Because, hey, it was just slavery. We were just slaves. We were just owned by people because we were no good. Sinful slaves, cursed black, uncivilized savages who were saved by America. Put on this great, blessed nation of rapists, pedophiles, and slave owners. But don't worry. When you get here, they're going to rape you, murder you, oppress you, torment you, torture you. Don't worry about that. They're gonna treat you worse than animals, turn you into animals, feed you like pigs, feed you in pig troughs, feed you pig shit. Don't worry. You don't get it. You don't. They don't cook it. They don't season it. They don't have any utensils. You have to use your bare hands. Don't worry. They're gonna feed you the finest delicacy of shit. Don't worry. You're gonna get paid less than what you're worth, and it's gonna be given to you in the shape and form that they feel free to give it to you in. So they're gonna pay you in the form that they want. So they're gonna pay you in cow shit, pig shit. They're gonna give you shit for payment for building their paradise. But hey, this is a great place to be, where they're gonna exploit you, strip you of all knowledge, wipe clean everything you know, take everything from you, give you slave names, give you master's last name to show that they have ownership over you, brand you like cattle. You see, take your heritage, your culture, your language, your name, rape your women, impregnate your women with their demon children, half devil, half man, master's black-faced children. Oh, don't worry, we're gonna wipe these niggas out because they're worthless. And while we at it, we're going to torment them. We're going to kill them alive. We're going to hang them, starve them, cut them open. You see? Gut them, cook them, eat them, burn them alive. This is what they're not telling you, brothers and sisters. This is your true experience. It's the Holocaust. It was horror. When they brought us here in 1555, it was horror. All the way up until the time they programmed us. 64 years. 1619. How long it took to program us. And we've been programmed ever since. And the reason we know is because we lack the knowledge of the Holocaust. We know nothing of what happened to our ancestors. We know nothing of separating from our enemies, brothers and sisters. We don't know that we were completely dehumanized by these people, by these monsters. They're monsters. They're beasts in human form. They're beasts. Who raped our whole families. Who fed us shitlings. Who carved and cut us open. Who sewed us shut. Sewed our mouths shut. To the anus of another slave, to defecate in their mouths. We're talking about a wicked, sick, twisted people, psychopaths, sociopaths, murderers, conquerors, destroyers, dividers. Brothers and sisters, they don't tell you about these things, and never will they. They won't tell you like it is. They're going to sugarcoat it. They're going to water it down. They're going to dumb it down. They're going to call it critical race theory. They're going to tell you that your experience was a theory. How insulting. How disrespectful for them to say that cutting off your head was a theory. That was separating you from your children was a theory. That raping the black woman was a theory. That feeding our children to gators was a theory. They're basically saying bringing us over here is a theory. So why are we here? If all these things are theories, why are we here? It's because they're the ones painting the narrative, brothers and sisters. They're telling you what they want you to hear. They're telling you how it went based off of what they want you to believe. They're not trying to be accountable for the Holocaust because they don't want to pay the cost of the Holocaust. They don't want to pay the cost of horror. They did the crime. But they don't want to do the time. And they don't want to be held accountable for their actions. They're trying to escape judgment. They're trying to get rid of the evidence. They're trying to scoop this under anything big enough to hide it. Because if they admit to the Holocaust, then they admit that they're monsters. If they admit to this, then that means there's a covenant. There's an Abrahamic covenant telling us that we're going home. Which means that you're the true seed of Abraham. They can't admit to these things, brothers and sisters. They can't tell you that these were facts. They have to tell you their theories. So they're not accountable. So they can try to escape judgment. So they can escape consequence. Which is impossible. It's impossible. They can get rid of the evidence. They can do all they can try to do. But the guilty is charged. You can't escape consequence. It's impossible. But that don't mean that they're not going to try. So that's what they're doing. They're gunning to escape judgment. They're going to try because that's all they got. That's all they got left anyway. So why not? Why not go for it? You're on your way out. Your time is up. Death is waiting on you. What else do you got to lose? Why not? Why not? You see? You have to think, put yourself in their mindset. Why not? We already went this far. We already exceeded the limits. We already went too far. Why not? Why stop here? Why stop? I'm already wicked. I'm already sick. I'm already twisted. I'm already mutilated, amputated, decapitated, murdered, God's chosen people, already did what he told me not to do, already exceeded the limits, already went beyond the measures, already did what I was supposed to not do, so why not? You see? Why not continue? Why not go further? Why not try to wipe them out? Why let them live? Why let them live? I'm about to die. Why let them live? You see? Come on now. Anyone with common sense know if you did nothing to a person and they've done everything to you, and now here you are again doing nothing. Well, now you're about to do something to them, and now you're about to have everything and they're about to have nothing. You can do the math on that. They had everything, you had nothing. You're about to have everything and they're about to have nothing. So that would intensify the situation. That would make a person worse than where they were at. Because there's no bargaining. There's no getting out of this. So if you did nothing to me and I did everything to you, now I'm going to do more to you because now I'm dying. Now I have a death wish. Oh, and this is the only option I got? Come on, brothers and sisters. So they're under evaluation. They're being crushed. Every day, they're being crushed. Their reality is up. There's evidence of it all around you. Mass confusion, gender confusion, inflation, famine, murder rates skyrocket, suicide rates skyrocket, drug use, drug overdose. Brothers and sisters, there's evidence all around you. All the wars they got their foot in. They're enemies with everybody, even their allies. Their leaders worthless. In America is being crushed from all angles. They're having no success. They still haven't found the cure for the virus, which is affecting them, the Caucasian man and woman. It's affecting them, not us, because it was for them. Still haven't found a cure for that. So this is an add up of their consequence for what they did to us during the Holocaust, brothers and sisters, which they will not escape. They can try, but they will not escape. And thus far, so far, they're not been able to talk their way or get their way out of this. All their plans to get out of this have failed. And that's exactly what said would happen. All things would fail. All their plans would fail. Everything will backfire on them. They'll try to get out of judgment. That'll fail. They're going to reap the full reward for their actions. They're going to get paid in full. So don't you worry, brothers and sisters. We didn't go through all this for nothing. We didn't go through all this for nothing. Okay, brothers and sisters, with that said, we're going to get started with our topic. Our topic is Program to a T. Brothers and sisters, as I explained, they brought us here in 1555. Turned us into human, took them 64 years to turn us into human robots. And we've been programmed ever since. Programmed to a T. They stripped us of all knowledge, taking away your ability to think for yourself, to make logical decisions, to think logical. They took away your reasoning. They disconnected you from reality once they gave you religion, which is a tool to disconnect you completely. Tell you that you're exempt from consequence, which is illogical. Telling you that you can do whatever you want, no harm, which isn't true. Because the most fundamental principle of the universe is you reap what you sow. Meaning every action has a reaction. Every action equals consequence, brothers and sisters. There's nothing you can do that doesn't cost you. Everything you do matters. See, that's part of them programming us to a T. They added that into the calculation of your destruction, stopping you from thinking. You don't ask any questions. You don't worry about your actions, which is your destruction, because you're acting other than yourself, and you lack thorough knowledge of self, so that means you're doing things to destroy yourself. Your friends with your enemies. Your friends with the same people who murdered and raped your ancestors. Your Christians, just like the people who inflicted terror and torture on you and your ancestors. You've been here for 76 trillion years, and the concept of Christianity has only been around for 500 years. So how could you possibly be a Christian? And it's new. How could you have possibly been that? If you've been here for 76 trillion years, and the first religion came about 35,000 years ago, but you've been here longer than religion has ever existed, period. That's part of our programming. That's part of them disconnecting you from reality, disconnecting you from knowing who you are, disconnecting the creator, who you are, the creator of everything, disconnecting the creator from his creation, giving you the enemy's mind, which is self-destruct, for you. Telling you that you're home. Telling you that you're free. But you're still in the land of your imprisonment. Meaning they never let you go. Meaning they never sent you back home from where they took you from. You see, because you were brought here, brothers and sisters. Meaning you don't belong here. Meaning that you must return. But they're saying they freed you, right? Just because you're no longer in chains, shackles, jingle bells, a plantation. Just because you're no longer physically enslaved on a plantation, but you're still a victim, you're still a prisoner, you still have a disadvantage in this society that you don't belong in, that you're being constantly oppressed, that you're constantly being targeted and aimed at to destroy. For them, they're trying to destroy you, and they are destroying you. You mean the same ones that set up the task force, the police force, slave catchers? Talking about the same ones who implemented that idea for you and still use it against you. The same ones who have policies that are supposed to be for blacks, but they're really truly against you. You mean the people that's representing you, that look like you, that's masses children that are against you? These wolves in sheep clothing, these tar babies, these Oreos, black on the outside, white in the inside. You mean the enemy, your hidden enemy from the product of rape during the Holocaust? These people that claim they represent you, these democratic party people whose policies are against you, who support racists, who still push policies of a person who hated you, hated your guts. They programmed us to make us believe we're free. They programmed us to make us believe that all we endured was slavery. They turned us into Christians, the same ones who did all these things to us. They told us that we was going to heaven, and if we don't be good, we're going to hell. They terrorize and torture us every day. And it's okay, because part of our programming is we're going to heaven. So just hold on, baby. Just hold on. We almost there. Just keep letting the pastor take all your money, all your hard-earned money that you worked hard for, that you already had a disadvantage in your reality, that they said is not your reality, because your reality is the heaven that the pastor is selling you. You see? They robbing us all around the boards. Everybody's taking from us. Everybody's selling us dreams. Everybody has us locked in a fake reality, belief matrix, fairy tale, make-believe, bull crap. Telling you to pray something that obviously doesn't work, because if it worked, then what would we be here for? Because I'm sure our ancestors would have prayed dearly to be free. Back home. Not here in the land of your oppression, amongst the enemy, populating with them. You see? We would have prayed to have an advantage by now, right? To have equal rights by now, right? We don't even want that. We would have just prayed to be separated from y'all. We just want to get away from you. We just want to go home. But a lot of our people have been programmed to believe that home is heaven. So a lot of our people just want to go to heaven because that's who we are. We don't care for this world's life. We just maintain. We're just surviving. We're just trying to hang on because we're still waiting for God to come save us. We're still waiting for Jesus. You see? Our people, we don't want anything to do with you. Do with this wicked society. Our people just lost from the lack of knowledge. We just want to get out of here. We just want to escape. We just want to get out of here. But my people don't know that they have the upper hand. They have the power. They have the ability to escape. But due to the lack of knowledge, they can't. Due to them not understanding that you are in control of your condition, that your mind is your reality. You create your reality, and these people have no control over you. Only what you give them. You have the upper hand. So now, we're inflicting harm on ourselves from the lack of knowledge. It's called self-imposed deprivation, brothers and sisters. We're inflicting torment on ourselves because we're the ones adding negativity to our slate, which causes the enemy to attack you, gain control over you, control your reality, make you into a puppet. You see? Do as they want with the puppet in this reality. You're giving them control over it due to the lack of knowledge, due to not knowing that you have an Abrahamic covenant, due to not having the proper guidance, due to you not having the Injil, the gospel, which is the book for this time, is going to lead you home. It's going to get you out of here. You can't escape this reality because they have you dumbed down. They have you on a lower level of thinking than them, so you can't escape. They're keeping you programmed. And they got us good, brothers and sisters. They got us so good. The thing is, in order to make it out of this reality, you have to break the programming, because this reality is coming to an end. It was okay for you to be programmed to a T all the way up into the 400 years. That was fine, because we were told to submit to this wicked society, to this wicked people. We were told to submit to these people who would make mischief and shed blood. We were in sync with time. We were in sync with that, because that was part of our covenant. That was part of the will of Allah. We submitted to that, brothers and sisters. So it was expected for us to act other than ourselves, to be sinful, to do all these things, do things that were other than ourselves, because we were in sync with reality. We were doing we were righteous at that time. The time that we were in, we were entirely submitted to the will of Allah. That's what we did. We made that sacrifice. We did that. We were righteous. For that time, we were righteous, meaning we were disciplined in what we said we would do. We did it. Even when our brother who sold us into slavery, he refused. The Sunnis, they refused But we did it. We were the only nation who did it. We came here and submitted to the beast. So that was fine. But now we're at a time where it's time to return. And now that's the will of Allah. Now it's time for us to get out of here. Now it's time for us to rise up. Now it's time for us to get our minds back. Now it's time for us to upload the information needed, which is the Injil. Time for us to upload the knowledge to get out of here, to raise your level of thinking past their level of thinking, so we can escape this reality. It's time for you to upgrade. It's time for you now to get back in sync with reality. It's time for you to get back in sync with time. See, we were in time when we submitted to Adam. Now it's time to go home. Now it's time to get back in sync with that, which is the Abrahamic covenant. Now it's time to go home. See, now you have to get in sync with that to make it to the next reality. You made it to the next reality when you came here and submitted to Adam. See, you made it that far. So now you're almost at the finish line where you're going. We're going home, brothers and sisters. And now you have to get prepared to go home. You have to upload this knowledge to go home. You have to get past this level of thinking to go home. And the only way you can do that is by uploading the Injil. The Injil is the highest pressure for this time. It's going to get you prepared to go home, to get you out of here, to get you out of this low pressure reality, because the high pressure is here, which you need to upload so you won't be crushed. Because if you don't see what's taking place all around you, this reality is being crushed. It's because of the high pressure. The high pressure of the Injil, the gospel that will be preached all around the world. Then the end would come. America's coming to an end. The nation that will never be again. It's going to be engulfed in flames, destroyed. This reality is going to be crushed. And if you continue to function on this low pressure reality, then you're going to be crushed with it, because you'll be a victim of functioning on low pressure. And it's simple mathematics, brothers and sisters. High pressure eliminates low pressure. You can only destroy yourself. But you have the option to upload the higher pressure. You have an option to go home, to accept the truth, to get in sync with reality, to get in sync with the will of Allah, to finish, to get across the finish line, to go home, to be in complete bliss. See, to escape this nightmare. You have a choice, brothers and sisters. You have to break the programming. You have to get past this reality. You have to sacrifice this world's life. Let it all go, because this world's going to be destroyed. Meaning this is 0 times whatever else you got going on. Whatever you invest in, whatever you think you got here, is 0 times whatever you think you got going on, which equals 0. Anything times 0 equals 0. Nothing. You're going to get nothing out of here but your death. You become fuel for the fire. Meaning you'll be the process, the energy used that's going to create the new reality. But you don't have to do that. You can become the end result of the new reality. You could be there in the new reality. It's all up to you, brothers and sisters. The choice is yours. You have to get out of this world's life. You have to be able to identify your enemies, these devils, these demons, these people leading you astray, these people making you misuse your energy, these people that's confusing you, these people that's lying to you, people that's around you persuading you to invest in a world that's going to be destroyed. telling you that you're going to inherit America, but it's going to be destroyed. So brothers and sisters, you must break the programming if you plan on going home. You must let go of this reality and invest in yourself. Invest in getting home. Invest in getting out of here. You must be 100% healthy to go home. You must be 100% in your right mind. You must have thorough knowledge of self. You must understand how your creation works. You must understand mathematics. You must understand that mathematics is a consequence. You must understand our reality is consequence. And you must get your discipline. Because that's where your power is back. That's where your power is. You must invest in your discipline. You have to become disciplined to escape this reality as well. It's part of the package of uploading this information, then applying your protection of evil, your discipline, becoming disciplined, incorporating the 5 mathematical pillars of Islam, becoming disciplined. You see? So if you want to escape this reality, you have to get your right mind back. You have to become disciplined again. You have to focus all the energy that you do have left after the day is said and done, after you take care of your business, after you do what you have to do because you have to survive. But you have to take the rest of that energy and invest it, turn it into power, give it discipline, upload this information. Put yourself in position to get out of here. You got to get out of here. That should be your mission, to get out of here, because this place is going up in smoke. It's about to be destroyed. And you want to focus all the leftover energy you have to get out of here, because it's going to be worth it. It's going to be the greatest achievement, getting out of here. But if you stay here, you're going to suffer the same consequence as the enemy. And we're headed to a time worse than the Holocaust. A time of unprecedented trouble, intense darkness. It's going to be worse than the Holocaust. You don't have to go through that, brothers and sisters, because you already went through enough. You already went through the Holocaust. You don't have to go through it again. It's not for you. It's for the enemy. But if you claim association with the enemy, then you're going to claim his reward as well. So you're going to die here. Like I said, you become fuel for the fire, meaning your death. You're going to die here. So brothers and sisters, you must let go of this world's life to save your life and invest in the hereafter, going home. Invest in the promised land. Invest in your dream, the Abrahamic covenant. It's time to go home, brothers and sisters. So with that said, I'm going to bring this to a close. Thank you for listening to me today, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.